Welcome to Can You Top This from Be My Eyes. Each month, we share the most unusual and inspiring stories from our community. Volunteer calls, Be My AI sessions, company support, and even calls through Meta AI glasses. Do you think your story can top the rest? Tune in, get inspired, and discover how you can win amazing prizes.
Well, hi. Thank you for coming and being with us. It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Daniel.
And where are you from?
I am from Pakistan, but I am currently in the U.S. and currently in New Jersey. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time. Yep.
I actually was in New York for a few years and went to school in New Jersey. So I was probably
Ah,
right near where you are.
yeah, I was in New York for about good 12, 13 years.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Okay. And then you left because the commute was
Yeah, because I
taking
got
forever.
a job and my family was moving, so my studies were completed. I graduated with my master's degree in 2018 in computer science, and
Mm,
that time I got a full-time job, and my family was moving, so I think it was the right time to move. So we came to New Jersey, bought this house, and yeah, I've been living ever since here. So
lovely.
yeah.
So speaking of your job and computers and all of the things, um, tell me a little bit more about the submission that you put in. I know you mentioned that you were doing what used to be the impossible bio stuff with the glasses.
Yes, yes. It was a big hurdle every time we used to. So basically, I bought a used laptop, and the secure boot was off, so I was not able to install operating
Nice.
system any operating system. And I am I'm a computer engineer and developer, and I need virtualization because I do a lot of container level work. So for
Mhm.
example, I use some applications that use virtualization and virtual containers and things of that sort. I needed to enable that. So what I did was literally I was figuring out what to do, and suddenly I realized that I should try that the call feature, the volunteer call feature. You were using my Meta AI glasses, and that thing I tried. There was a little bit of hiccup over there, but overall, I think I what I needed to do, it was accomplished, and it was with a little bit of effort because there were lighting issues and things of that sort.
Mhm.
Uh, because the iPhone camera is much better, much superior
Of
quality
course.
compared to the glasses camera. But I think I went to the quite lit area, and I was able to ask the virtual assistant to basically or the volunteer to basically guide me through. And I was just basically asking them to go to a particular menu, look for the following categories, and then see if you see those options in there, if they're
Hmm.
or disable. So I was literally, like quote unquote, I was basically giving them a step-by-step direction to go and look for that because they are volunteers are really good, but they sometimes they lack the knowledge
Yeah,
that we are trying to ask them to. So
of
we
course.
need to be very, very knowledgeable and very educated so that we can guide them so that they can provide that useful information that we can't get to that. uh, so yeah, that was that. And yeah, it was accomplished. I was able to install the operating system afterwards. Once that feature got disabled, I was able to install the OS, and I was able to do all of the things. So it was like a 25-minute call, but I think it was worth spending time because I was able to do what I needed to do at that time.
So you were able to get through the BIOS. Did you do the OS installation with them as well, or did you not need them for
No,
that much stuff? Oh, okay.
I just did because the OS installation for now it's quite accessible.
Yes.
Microsoft it comes very like the the Microsoft built-in screen reader is very accessible,
Yeah, it is.
and it does provide that extra information that we normally used to miss in the past. So it was quite accessible. All I needed to do is just get over from the BIOS configuration that was not accessible and not no screen reader support was there, so I needed that information. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was the only part I used for the volunteer for.
It's so incredible because like I mean, I remember trying to set up computers 10 years ago when I had just gotten out of school, and you just couldn't. You could not do it. If there was something in the OS, you would have to get a or in sorry, not OS. My brain is apparently
You're right.
afternoon mode. If there was
Right.
something in the BIOS, you just couldn't do it. Like
Yeah. Yeah. It
you'd
was a
have to get a sighted person, and then if you were trying to install an OS, you couldn't do it because narrator wouldn't turn on right away, and
yeah.
even the shortcuts were kind of unreliable. And that's just a decade ago.
Yeah. It's yeah. Technology has come a long way. Come a long way. So yeah.
So, do you use your glasses often, or what kind of made you turn to them for this specifically instead of trying to do the
Uh,
juggling the phone game?
yeah. So basically, I use only glasses for when I feel like the glasses, the AI feature is not giving me good enough information. For example,
Hmm.
I can take a picture and it can describe to me, and I can read it by, like the limitation with that glasses is like if you want a very specific detailed information, you have to be very patient and give a right command so that it can read the useful information in in character by character, or slow it down so that I can
Hmm.
understand. Sometimes that is a challenge. Other than that, I think I use most of the time my glasses to figure out simple things like checking the color, what color of shirt I'm going to be wearing today, or maybe like my computer screen goes blank and it doesn't the screen reader doesn't respond, so I can
Mm.
quickly take a picture and ask them to describe what the picture is, yeah, or like things of that sort. So yeah, I use most of the time those type of scenarios. But uh with the I have tried in the past the volunteer feature with my glasses, sorting the sorting the mail, the physical mail.
Hmm.
That was quite quick because I mean I can take pictures and I can read it to me. It can read it to me, and it takes a little bit more time. But I think with the live volunteer, that went where like literally 5 or 7 minutes. I was able to do what I needed to do. So yeah, I always use. I have in my back of my mind. I use the volunteer feature when I feel like I need to be a little bit more productive, or the information I need is the AI isn't giving me. So I just turn into the volunteer to get that information through the glasses camera. Yep.
Did it feel much more organic when you were using the glasses with the volunteers than it used to have to be when you were like using a phone or something?
Oh yeah, it was the hands-on experience is excellent. I mean that's the only thing I like with the glasses is like you don't have to hold on to this device. You just say, hey Meta, call a volunteer, and it basically gets you connected and tells you the camera glasses are being used, and yeah, the whole experience. I have experienced the broken experience, and like the less accessible experience, and now where this thing is that it provides really good user experience to the end user. So yeah, that the hand-free experience, I think, is the key there. You don't need to hold on to your phone to move around. You just position your head in a way so that if whatever information they need, they can tell you to move left and right, and you get the information. Yeah.
And how easy was it for you to kind of learn how to move your head in ways that volunteers could see? Did that kind of come naturally to you, or was that a little bit of a learning curve?
Oh, it was a learning curve bit at the beginning when I was in the beta program, because the left camera is in the left place, in the left side of the
Hmm.
arm, right? So you have to make sure that you adjust yourself. So if you need some information, if you're looking in the center, you have to a little bit tilt to your right so you capture all the things. And yeah, so I think I learned it. I learned it along the way when I was started using the camera. Yeah.
Is there any like, I mean, I had the same experience as you because it was right around that same time that I was getting used to them as well. I remember, I don't know if you had this, but I definitely thought when I got them that there was a camera on each side at first because it had
Oh
like a
yeah,
little
that was my
ceiling.
initial impression, but I
Yeah.
was told that I thought that would have been cool if the camera was on both sides. You just center your head. You just uh, stage your head, and that's it. It can capture the entire frame. But that wasn't the case. I was told that on the right hand side there's an LED. If you it's for the like for private, basically
Yes.
getting other people aware that you're recording or you're taking a picture thing, just for their privacy sake. And if you cover it, it's not gonna work at all. So yeah,
Exactly.
I will learn later on. Yeah, but that was my initial impression when I was opening up the glasses, that the camera is on both sides, and that's cool.
So what would you tell blind folks now? Like folks who are, because there are so many people who are just starting to use glasses and
Yeah.
just starting to get a learning curve of it. Like in terms of learning how to direct your head and how to kind of wear them in a live environment and aim them well. Is there anything that you learned that you wish you'd known sooner that you would share with other blind folks who might be just in that same place?
Yeah, so if they're aware of the camera is on the left side, they just need to make sure that when they're looking at someone, they need to adjust, at least they need to adjust their head's position so that they are capturing the frame. So it is, if they are aware of the camera is on the left hand side, they always need to tilt a little bit to the right to make sure that you're looking at the right rather than looking straight ahead.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the only key there. Yeah, just make sure that because the camera is on the left hand side, you just need to tilt a little bit to the right to capture the center of the frame. That's it. Yeah, that's what I
So
do.
just a little to the right of what you hear,
Yeah,
basically. So
exactly,
yeah,
rather
putting
than
what you
being just rather than looking straight ahead. Yeah, if you look
exactly.
straight ahead, you might get a frame that has the right hand side bit off, so you want to cover that or adjust that. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just putting the camera slightly to the kind of moving your head slightly to the right of center so that that left camera gets the view. That makes a lot of
Exactly.
sense.
Exactly. Yep. You can
Um,
capture the center of the frame. Yep.
and did you notice anything with like your head being tipped up or down, if that made a big difference when you were first learning how to use the angles of the glasses camera?
Oh, not really. I don't know, but that I never experienced that. I was looking down or upwards. That never happened. I think
Hmm.
I maybe it's my tendency of looking up straight, even though
Hmm.
I don't have useful vision. I mean, I was a sighted person, so before losing my vision, I knew how to basically interface with people with facing straight up,
Of course.
and that may very well be my conscious level. But I think ever since now, after losing my vision from last good 20 years now, it's been yeah, about 20 years now, over a little bit over 20 years. So I every time someone speaks to me, even though I can't see them at all, I will always look towards
Mhm.
where the sound is coming from. So my face will be always up. Yeah. So I don't know. It may be because the way I perceive things or with my head position. I never had initially when I started using the glasses. It was the only left and right that I need to adjust, but
Mhm.
yeah, the up and down wasn't the problem for me. Yeah.
So you went blind shortly after coming to the US.
Yeah, I actually it was a tragic thing. In 2005, May 31st, 2005, I was working in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was working in a laundromat drop-off station where you basically gather clothes, and you just tag them, and you just take it to the take it to the plant where they clean all the stuff. So I was there, and I think one evening around 6 p.m., I think it was summer of 2005, May 31st, and I was robbed. Two gunmen came to rob me, and but they robbed me, and they actually fired a gunshot on my. They were pointing my head. The gun was pointed toward my head. I shook the head in a way that it was on my temple. The gun was on my temple. I shook the head in a way so that the point became from my head to the underneath my left eye. So they fired a gunshot there. The bullet went through my left eye in an angle, went through my nose and went through my right eye. So yeah,
Wow.
that was the injury I got. And after that injury, uh, the point of impact, that eye, the left eye, was there. It was quite severely damaged. The
Mhm.
right eye was completely gone. So they removed the right eye. They put the prosthesis in, and the left eye, they actually did the surgery. But they told me on the surgery day, or after I do the checkup, went for the checkup, they told me that my optic nerve was quite severely damaged, and
Mhm.
I will not be able to see it again. And yeah. that was the issue. That's how I lost my vision, and I needed to readjust my life. So yeah, that's one of that. So 23-year experience with interfacing people, talking to people. I mean, that may very well be pointing that, the way I position my head when I have a conversation, or when I look up. So that's the thing. Yeah. So I think, yeah, I readjusted my life afterwards. We came to US, and basically I went through the entire a vocational rehabilitation program, and went through college, went through all those things. And yeah, where I am now today is, yeah, is because of that whole thing. Yeah, I had to readjust my life. Yeah. Like, I feel like the things I was wouldn't have achieved while I was sighted. I was lucky enough to rediscover myself, and see myself in a different from a different view. That, all the things that I had in myself, that were hidden, because I was sighted and I wasn't using them efficiently. And right after getting that life readjustment, I was able to see myself, in myself, some things that I was not efficiently using. So I actually, I always appreciate whatever life has given me. I don't, yeah, I have no regret, like zero regret. But yeah, it was an unfortunate thing that happened, and it was meant to be happen like that. So yeah, I openly accept. And yeah, if someone can get the motivation out of that, I am more than happy to share my entire journey. But yeah, that was the uh, U-turn in my life that basically brought me to where I am currently today.
So tell me more about the U-turn. I'm curious what that looked like for you.
Yeah,
Like, what was
it
the
was
adjustment like? What
sure.
did
Yeah,
you
it was
learn?
yeah, sure. It was a bit of a depression experience, where I had to basically, I went into a shell for quite a few months. I was a lot of struggle. I forgot how to walk, all those things. But one thing I learned over the time is, you know healing is inside you, regardless of how where you are, how you get, whatever situation in your life. Healing is inside you. You just need to rediscover it. So what I did was, basically, I was completely, I would say, hopeless and depressed, for like 6 7 months. That was during that recovery phase. I was that even that state. Suddenly, I don't know how, what I was thinking, but something, I heard something, or voice came to come. Suddenly, I said to my parents, like, literally, I don't know what was that was a voice from me, that I don't want to sit like this. I need to do something with my life. That was the only thing. And before that, I was actually going for a GED program, because from Pakistan, I did my associate degree in computer science. So it was called ICS program. That very very first, it came in 2099 2000. The computer came just at that time in my school, and I decided to go for ICS, Inter of Computer Sciences. So that was the program that I got in, and I did for 2 years. And in 2000, November 2002, we came to the US. And then I worked for straight 3 years, about 2 3 years, and until I got injured. And I was planning to do GED that time. I had a book sitting there. Whenever I go for work, or whenever I have a free time, I used to read the book, so that I can get prepared for GED. And I can actually, because the problem with my associate degree in Pakistan is that they were not accepting it here in the
Mm,
US. And I had to, credit transfers and all that stuff. So I thought I should do a GED, that is a high school equivalent to high school diploma, and then I will take the SAT exam, and then I will go into college. That was the plan. That didn't work out. And then I came back. The life became more tougher. Things became more challenging. Uh, uh, so I came into the US. I came from Georgia to the New York, in 2006. Yeah, like July, August 2006. And I contacted the state agency, and asked for the help. I think the very first agency I went to was Helen Keller, in Brooklyn, downtown. So Helen Keller Learning Center, that was the agency I went through. And they actually they helped me go through this vocational rehabilitation program where I learned grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 Braille, how to read, write, and basically use my like use all the other senses that I have efficiently, uh, after losing that one of the senses. So I learned how to travel independently. And then in 2009, 2008, I think I went to the Jewish Guild. I think it's called Guild Health now, but it was Jewish Guild in the past, and it was on the Salis Manor, 65th Street,
Oh, yeah.
very very close to the Columbus Circle, or what do you call it, the Central Park. Yeah, it was like Lexus Central Park. So I used to go there for about 1.5, 2 years, and I did my the ESL classes. I took some ESL classes there, and they used to train for GED programs. So they had the curriculum and course and everything, and they basically proctored the exam as well. So I at that time I took the exam. I asked my one of my instructor that I'm planning to take the GED exam. She said, "Okay, let's start preparing for it now." So she gave me some material to listen and prepare. And then after 2, 3 months, I think I took the GED exam. I passed the exam at the first shot, and I was asked to go into this pre-college program they used to run. So I went through this pre-college program, and I think November 2009, I took the SAT exam at the Kingsborough Community College in Brooklyn. Uh, I passed the SAT exam, didn't have to take any remedial classes, the English reading, writing, and math. And yeah, that was the time I started my associate program, associate degree in computer science. I went in 2009, completed in 2012 my associate degree in computer science. And yeah, that was quite a journey, because that time, accessibility wasn't openly talked about. Yeah, it was like, here and there. And the courses, the kind of courses I was taking, they were quite challenging. So you're talking about programming, you're talking about math, calculus 1, calculus 2, linear algebra, differential equations, statistics, I think probability, and then you have logic and computer logic and things of that sort. So I had to find, I was lucky enough to find good people who basically who knew the material, and I needed to basically ask them to tailor to my needs. So basically I guided them to help me. And yeah, that was the journey. I went to and I used to go to, for help, I used to go to math workshops a lot, and no one knew how to help a blind student. I was guiding them to help me. So basically I used to carry my book, and they used to write all the things in the paper. From the book, they used to read the problem, then write it down the paper. And I used to do everything on my head, by using my finger on the table, and I used to basically write down everything. So that like I'm writing on the table, but it was going through my head. So I was like, that I had that ability. Someone told me that it's going to work really well for you, because I started doing it, and they said, "Oh wow, you are like this. You're like a tactile person. So you want to feel it before you can process the information in your head." And I was like, yeah, that is helping me. So I started learning, using more and more of that, and that basically helped me a lot. Yeah, so I actually the classes were quite tough, very challenging. And at the very first day of my intro to computer science programming class, my professor told me that this is not your cup of tea. You're gonna be challenged. And it's not gonna be easy. And I said, that's okay, but if you can help me, if you can provide that information for me, for example, if you can modify some things when you're writing on the board, can you read it out loud so that I can capture it on my recorder, and things of that sort. So I used to advocate for myself. I used to call it out. I was very shy at the beginning, but I realized that because of that shyness, I was losing a lot. I was not speaking up, and I was literally in a very confused state where things were there but not there. Like I was missing information in my recording. So I decided to speak up and ask question, ask them to make those adjustments. Some professor did really well. They helped me a lot. And at the end of the day, I think at the end of the program, they recommended me for the Mu Alpha Theta Club because I was just doing so well on math and computer science. So that was quite a journey. I went from there in 2002 after completing my associate degree to Brooklyn College in 2012. 2012 to 2014, I did my uh, undergrad degree in computer science, and in that was the same experience. I had to educate all of my professors. Like, can you, the material you're providing, the handouts you're providing on the day of the class or the day of the lecture, can you make them, provide me the electronic copy one day in advance so that I can prepare. Otherwise, I was losing that time, and I had to go back home, do the scan, and then make the material accessible. So things of that, those adjustments I needed to make along the way. So in 2013, I applied for the internship at American Foundation for the Blind as an intern, web intern, and I was hired. I did the internship for about 4 or 5 months, and then I was asked to come back in 2000 June, May 2014. I was asked to come back, and they offered me a part-time job. 2016, they created a very I would say special position for me, or role for me as a tech intern. And I started a technical assistant. So I started working as a technical assistant. And in 2018, after graduation, I was given a software development and support engineer. They opened a job, and I applied, and I was accepted as a software development and support engineer. So I've been working with AFB ever since.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was my whole journey. Yeah, I work as a accessibility engineer, where basically we audit and we audit mm, uh, digital assets for big companies, and we basically give them compliance, or basically do the testing, and give them a certificate of compliance. And yeah, it's basically a credible source of from AFP. So yeah, things of that sort. And yeah, I think that's that's my entire journey. Learned along the way, and I think one of my interns, we have a digital internship, the digital accessibility internship that we started offering 3 years ago. Last year, there was an intern that basically put it in the one of the Slack channel that for the program, that there's this beta program for the Be My Eyes opening up, if anyone would like to join. So I joined through that, through her reference. Yeah, that was the whole journey of knowing Be My Eyes. Before that, I was using on and off Be My Eyes, Seeing AI. I was trying all the other ones that were out there, but this Be My Eyes with the glasses, that concept was, honestly, it was amazing. When I was doing the beta version, the beta testing and all that, I knew that it's going to be a great success. It just that matter. It'll be a matter of time when people will realize that how powerful this solution is. If you're on the airport and you have a phone on your pocket, you can quickly make a call and basically go through with the volunteers guidance. You can go through the security check and all that. So people have used it. One of my colleagues, they use it for daily for daily work. So it's amazing. It's an amazing solution.
So you went through computer science related degrees in like the way early 2000s kind of deal, like late 90s, early 2000s,
Yeah.
mid like 2012, 13, 14,
Yeah.
that time. And then again for your master's. So what in that progression, what has been like, what are the big takeaways that you've learned being a blind person in the computer science field, and as things are getting more accessible and that sort of thing? Like, what are the big, if you just look back in a kind of macro way, what are the big takeaways that you would have?
Educating people. Educating people about accessibility. That's it. And through my personal experience. That's it. That was the key. Because there was a knowledge gap for sure. People knew how powerful computers are, how bigger I took AI classes in the past, I would say 8 years ago, 10 years ago, but we know AI is gonna basically take over this entire world, and it will be a new thing, it will be a cool thing, it will be a very productive thing. But how to use it, how to make it efficient, what are the things that people with disabilities are missing out if the AI can be used efficiently. It's still not perfect today. That we just needed to educate, and I think this program that AFB is running, we are doing the same thing. We are educating new computer science students who are developers, designers, and usability experts. They will be that they will have this knowledge of accessibility when they do the initial phases of the program, or the project that they're working on, or the app they're working on, the website, whatever they're working, all the digital content that they're creating, or digital solution that they're creating. They just need to know that what is accessibility, how to make things accessible, what are the gaps that they can fill in. And it's a matter of matter of knowing it. No, it doesn't have what you call it, expensive. It's not time expensive, or like in terms of financial things. So it's not about money, it's not about time, it's about knowledge. If you have the knowledge, time and money will not be a problem at all in your project. If you're trying to make things accessible from the very early stages, at the beginning, at the design phase, at the thinking phase. So if you bring those designs and those ideas at the very beginning, your product will be accessible and usable most of the time. Yeah. So that's what we are teaching. So I always felt that it was a knowledge gap that I was filling in, for even though my professors were very knowledgeable, but they didn't know how to help the individual who has like a visual disability. That was the thing that I felt that I educated them. Yeah.
So you educated them. You also mentioned that at one point you kind of realized that you needed to advocate more to get what you needed. And the
Yeah.
story
So
of blind folks being in college and not knowing how to do that is very, very common, I would say, right? So like what was the biggest, like what was the most important aspect of learning how to be a good self-advocate for you?
it was because, first of all, if you have a disability, especially a visual disability, you can see the world around you. You can see individuals who are sitting in your classroom. You can't see them, right? And then you don't have any idea what's going on the blackboard. You don't know any idea how the thing is being presented. Some professors are very quiet. They quietly write on the blackboard, and they expect from sighted people to speak up, right? For me, it was a different thing. So I was missing those informations. I was missing that experience that they had a luxury for it, right? They were getting that experience. I was missing out. So I decided to speak up, and I basically asked my professor. I just went to the professor, and I said, it will be very helpful if you can read what you're writing on the blackboard. And I had to say one, two, three times, and suddenly it became their habit.
Were you
You
nervous the first time you asked?
Oh yes, of course. I
Yeah.
was quite nervous, because I was going out of my shell. I was
Yeah.
that was not my type. I was not like that. I was not openly spoken. I was not. I was very, I would say, introverted in that sense, that I will always stay to myself, and rather than being interactive. But after that, I realized that it is an important thing. Otherwise, I'm going to be solving a lot of puzzles that are not necessary for me to solve, because there are simple things. I just need to adjust and adapt. That's what I was trying to do. And I learned at the very early stage that I needed to speak to them. I need to go do that, basically do that go extra mile, and do that, show that intent, that I need. I'm a serious student, and I'm just like any other student, but my needs are a bit different. You just need to work with me, and you just need to help me, in this particular style, so that I can take most advantage. Like I can be more productive, and I can get benefit out of what you're presenting. So I used to go to their offices. I used to go up to them, ask them, favors. For example, one of my professor used to give me in the very at the early the intro to algebra class. They used to give me like 70, 50, 60 problems to solve. It was very difficult for me to type the problem and then type the solution, and it was taking a lot of time. I realized that in 2010, I realized that it was taking a lot of time to type as the solution for type the answer first and then type the solution, and I was doing everything on the computer, on the laptop. I asked them to, okay, if you can do me a favor, if I can record the the class in the cassette. That time there was a cassette. It won't, it's not there anymore. It vanished, but I had a cassette recorder, and I asked them to give me that option, and he agreed upon, and he gave me, and he told me, Syed, I'm listening to your classwork while I drive from home to college or go back to college. That's how I listen to your work in the car. It was important. It was amazing to see that I was showing intent. He was also putting in effort to listen to read to my work, and providing me feedback on what I have done. So yeah.
Fantastic. I have two quick questions for you, and then you're off the hot seat, I promise. My first one is, do you think that learning how to be a good self-advocate has taught you to be a really good prompter for when now that AI is starting to be more present in coding environments and such, and like even just in our accessibility tools and getting visual information? Do you find that some of those same self-advocacy skills are coming into play with knowing how to ask AI for things and what you need to ask?
Oh yes, yes. It plays a big part. I need to know very clearly what I need, how I need it, and what's very specific things. Because if you talk about AI, if you talk about Google, if you do a quick search for something, you have to be very specific. Those key terms, key things, you need to explain to others what you mean by this particular thing. So I think that definitely helped me a lot, and it's been helping me ever since. As of today as well. Knowing about or being knowledgeable about thing, and then asking very clear, specific questions and speaking up is a key. Because otherwise, I have seen a lot of individuals who have disabilities, regardless of what type of disability they have. It's sometimes we get into ourselves, and we're not expressive as the individual with disabilities, and we basically limit to ourselves, and we just left out. I was like that, and that doesn't help you. That doesn't help the cause or the purpose that if you're trying to go into go for a degree, or you need to be knowledgeable. You need to be we are knowledgeable. We know what we need. It's just that we need to speak up, and we just need to make other people basically put our point across, and explain how someone can help us, and what information we're missing, and what information we need. That's it. Yeah. Because there's definitely a big knowledge gap. Even today, like someone asking me yesterday, so you have a special computer, and I'm like, no, I don't have a special computer. I just have a special assistive technology software that I use on a regular computer to make things accessible. So there's a knowledge gap. Whenever you go out, when you speak, some people judge. They ask questions. They become curious. They want to know what you do and how you do it and things of that sort. You just need to basically tell them, it's like life is just like you've been you've been living life. It's just that we just make certain modifications in our life to be more productive. That's it. And those adjustments basically based on what we need. And becoming advocate to ourselves for those things, small things that we need. It's quite challenging. Today's market is quite challenging. If you're not that expressive, or if you're not that productive, no one will hire you, or no one will look at you. So you have to bring that X factor. So I think it is everyone's everyone has it. It's just that we need to just express more, and we just need to work on it, and show it off, so that let them know that we are here. We're we mean business. We are very serious, just like any other individual. We just need some adjustments, and we will be as productive or as close as productive than a sighted person or a person who doesn't have a disability. Yeah.
And one last question. You mentioned, I've been dying to ask this since earlier, and I waited till the end, but you mentioned that there were a lot of things that you discovered in yourself that you hadn't seen to yet before you had been injured and gone blind. So I'm curious, what is your one favorite, not two, not three, not tied for one, but one favorite thing that you've discovered about yourself since you've been blind?
Memory. My memory was so good. I still remember the comments from my from the math workshop and from my professors that I have a photographic memory, that whatever is happening at the moment, I capture it in a way so that it is very detailed in the picture, and I can always recall from my memory. So that was very refreshing to see. I mean, I knew it, I have it. It's just that I was never using it because I was so much relying on my vision. I was it was just that discovery of myself. Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was much more and a lot more healing, and that could be a podcast series all by
Yeah.
itself. But thank you for coming and sharing your story with us. I love hearing these stories. Every single one is so unique. And I think in blind space, sometimes it's really easy for us to go like, yeah, we're all blind, except everybody's experience is so different.
Of course,
in blindness.
We are individuals. All individuals who are born, they are different. We can't compare each other with other people. We're not. We are unique. Everyone is unique. Everyone is unique. It's just that we just need to know about yourself. We normally, people say we know ourselves. We don't. Honestly, we rely on so much that extra thing. We don't talk to ourselves. Everything is in ourselves. We are so it's human is so complicated and amazing at the same time. We don't know ourselves. We just need to introduce to ourselves and love ourselves and basically appreciate what we are given, all the opportunities, because sometimes we go in that shell where we become depressed. We compare to others. We just think about the things that we don't have, the other people's have, the disadvantages. Because of that, like being less appreciative, we get into that shell where we block certain things that we can't process in our mind. We don't let them come in and feel the things that we normally should do it. I think what I feel like, I mean, I have all the things that everyone else has. It's just that there is one limitation that I have, but I need to find the workarounds, and I need to adjust my life accordingly.
As a programmer, your language is workarounds. That is your job.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Enjoy the life. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thanks for listening to Can You Top This from Be My Eyes. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, download our app, or visit BeMyEyes.com for more.